How you doing? How you doing, guys? Can you hear me, guys?
I hear you.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. How
Loud
you
and
doing, G
clear.
certified man? G certified is gone, I think. So how you doing, Gundo man?
I'm here, but I can't see myself. You bring me on?
Yeah, we brought you on. It's just that you're off camera.
Oh, okay. That's why it's not showing.
Yeah, you're off camera. You have your camera. You
That's
have your
weird.
camera bit gone.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yeah.
Okay. There
So
we go.
today, I actually have something for you, Carl. But it could have been best if it was you handling this, because I'm
Okay.
pretty sure you will love this. So this is your tactic board you can use for your tactics. Yeah, yeah,
Nice.
Okay.
everything, all your tactics, everything. So I don't know if I should send you the link and you're going to be
No,
doing
no,
it by
no.
your.
Yeah, send me the link, but I don't know if I can do it now because I have like 30 minutes, but I'll certainly play with it and get
No,
ready. So
all
send
you
me.
have to do is load it up and when you're talking, you just move it around.
Yeah. Send me the link. Send me the link.
Yeah, I'll send you the link. So we're going to do that later on if you've got time. So anyway, guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome everybody in the chat. Welcome Veda as always. G certified. How you doing today?
Man, I'm good. You know, it's nearly Champions League day, bro. So bring it on, man. I can't wait to hear the champions of all walk out in that Madrid, man. So let's go, man. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah, man. That'll be a bit of a. Yeah, that would be great. How are you feeling overall, guys? Before we start off the show, I'll start with you, Veta. How are you feeling? Are you ready to be bored again, or you're like this is gonna be different because now they have to come up to us?
I'm feeling very confident, especially after the display that the players put up yesterday. I think everyone's dialed in, laser focused, know what to expect from Atletico Madrid. So I'm looking for the guys to step up and deliver the way they've been delivering all year.
Yeah. Let me just welcome YSK. YSK, how you doing, man? I'm good, man. What about yourself, Kyle? How are you feeling for this game tomorrow? Do you think it's going to be a caged affair and boring again?
Well, I'll take a boring if it's 1-0 again to us. I'll take it. I don't care.
You don't really care this
Don't
time
care.
around if this decide to be cagey, isn't it?
And it can cage up all they like as long as they don't score. I don't care. That's the way I look at things, man. Seriously, because listen, on a serious note, for me, we're a better team. I mean, all around, better manager, better team, better organized, top of the league. Just played probably second best team in the world. Why should I fear Atletico Madrid? It's just let's go get the job done. I look forward to Saturday for me.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna start with you, G certified. Do you think maybe this time City, obviously another game we were the only ones attacking, and Atletico Madrid were sitting back. Do you think now, just because I'm gonna ask you two things, because we have Walker, do you think we're going to be more adventurous? We're just gonna go for it first time, like the same way we did with Liverpool, where we just went for them and hammered them. Or you think we're just going to be cool and try to break them down? And do you think this time Atletico Madrid are going to park the bus again and hope to park the bus maybe until the 60th minute and then start attacking in hope that maybe they get some lucky goal or they get just one of those shithouse goals? What do you think, G75?
I think they're going to be more aggressive, and I think they are going to try and come out. But I think they're going to try and play the way they played before. They'll try and be a little bit more adventurous, maybe, but they'll know that they can't try and come out the way that they want to, because they know that we can just one ball over the top, as Liverpool did. We just played Liverpool, one ball over the top, and we're in. So they'll be cautious. But I do think that Atletico Madrid, man, they've got a decent team, but we nearly even lost the match. Like people nearly forgot that. Like there was a chance that they had. I think it was Llorente, who was 1-on-1 before we scored, and he missed a chance which, if it was Suarez or someone, would have went in. So Edison kept us in. So I think Walker will be important, but I think we could even go for a 0-0. To be honest, we don't really need to win. So I'd just say be cautious. Obviously, try and score a goal, but at the end of the day, it could even be like Sporting. Just get a 0-0, do the job, and then go into the semi-finals.
Yeah. So what about the same question goes to you, Veta? What do you think? Do you think they're going to be more adventurous, or this time they'll park the bus again and do what they usually do? They park the bus until the 60th minute, and then they start attacking, looking for corners, looking for penalties. They start looking for free kicks.
Yeah, I think the one thing clear with this panel is everybody knows ball. So I think just like G Certified said, Atletico is going to take their time. I think they're going to be cautious. They're not going to go and try to get that goal early. I think they're going to try to absorb as much pressure from us that we're going to be delivering, looking for how we're going to attack them. And yeah, definitely around the second half, that's when I think they're probably going to try to venture out of their shell and look to nick a goal here or there. But the reason why I have so much confidence is because we played, quote unquote, the best team in the world. We played against, quote unquote, the best manager in the world. So having that as a precursor going into this match, what can we really expect from Atletico Madrid that's not at the same standards of Liverpool? They're not going to high press us, so the pitch isn't going to be as compressed. I think we're going to have time on the ball. And then two, we're playing against a manager that's, not as good as Klopp. So we have reason to be confident, and I think the game plan in terms of what we do is just going to take what we did on the first leg and just elevate it.
Okay, so for Gundo, since these two guys have already answered, I'm just going to ask you another question. So Atletico Madrid played on Saturday, and this is the result they got. So do you think this matters that this time they're coming in poor form?
I watched the game. I actually said I'm going to watch this game because it was Saturday. I wasn't doing much. It was a late game here in the US. I actually watched the game. They were poor, man. I'm sorry. They were really poor. So the thing about this game is that they actually tried to be progressive.
Yeah.
So normally what they do is sit back and hold the forwards and try to defend, right? They actually tried to be progressive in this game. Mallorca, like 19th or 20th in the league, they're in relegation form, and they literally just became the Atletico, and they couldn't break them down. So going back to the argument that Vator made, right, was I think that it all depends on what we do. If City score first in the first 10 minutes, the floodgates open, right? Because now they have to come out because they have no choice. They have to score 2-3 goals in order to win the game.
So you think we have to get an early goal?
Well, I think so. I think we have to. I don't think we can afford to go there and kind of do what we did with inverted wingers, Sterling on the left, Mahrez on the right, inverting into their back four. It's not going to work. I don't think it works. I think you have to go there with your natural wingers, Foden or Grealish and Jesus. Or he can't play off, he's out. Maybe it's the Foden and it's a Mahrez, or it's a Foden and it's a Sterling. And you stretch the field wide and allow your 2-8s to run between the lines and the false nine. I think we stretch the field. I don't think we go there with inverted wingers to play against their defensive line. I think we have problems, which we had in the first half. The reason why the game changed at the Etihad was because we brought in those natural wingers who were able to play and make the field wide in order for us to get in, and the Foden delivers about to Kevin and he scores because of the false nine. We go back and play with Sterling and Mahrez inverted against that back five, we're going to struggle.
So there's a comment here. There's an interesting comment here. Timothy says, I think you guys are being harsh on Atletico. In the first leg, after the second half, they came out with a purpose. I didn't see any purpose, Timothy. What match were you watching? Or maybe guys in the panel, G certified, better. Did you see any purpose in the second half from Atletico? Or maybe we missed something, or maybe we're biased.
What I did see from Atletico is they were trying to make more counters. So I felt in the first half they was trying to make counters still, but they just mattered about getting 0-0, going to the half, see what happens. But in the second half, as Llorente was getting through, they were trying to throw on the counter, but they were trying to throw like 5 people when they were countering, and they were having chances. I think Edison made 2 good saves. There was 2 times where I see Edison
Actually, Jesus, but they had 0 shots on goal, 0 shots on target. That XG of 0.00. So I'm not sure what you saw, man. But
I think it was because when he took the shot, it looked like he tried to chip it, and I think they counted it not as a shot because it looked like he passed it to Edison. So I don't think they counted it. But if you look again at the chances, if he drilled it, if it was Suarez, as I said before, it would have went in. There's no doubt in my mind. If it was Suarez, any number 9, I think it would.
You're talking the second half. I think when he kind of broke and had a shot on net. I think at the end it was actually ruled offside. I think based off the buildup. I think that's why it may not be counted.
Yeah.
With what you're describing, but I would say the first half, what I noticed from Atletico was they are trying to get the quick ball, maybe a little bit over the top to try to catch Nathan early, right? Because we remember Nathan had to race back and defended very well, but I think that was their game plan. But because of what we were able to do in the midfield, they didn't really have that time to really look for those passes anymore. And then in the second half, I don't think we're being harsh. I don't think they really didn't really pose a threat through build-up play to get us. So maybe they get possession off us, or they try to get the pass off, but they weren't really posing a threat. And I think we're not going to allow them to have time to do that as well. We're not going to sit back. We're going to continue to press. That's what we do. Maybe we'll be more cautious with what we do in terms of our back line, but we're not going to give them time.
So
let's with Walker back is an advantage, isn't it? Because Walker wasn't there. Sorry, Gundo. Walker wasn't there, so I think we've also been cautious that if they get over the top with Joao Felix, plus now I'm looking at Griezmann. If Gundogan was able to catch you, I'm pretty sure Cancelo that side will be able to catch him. Like he was able to catch him. So now I think with Walker, because I've noticed that when Walker is in the team, we are not very reserved. The line is pushed higher because we know that Walker will get to somebody. The reason why I'm happier and more confident than before in this game is because of Walker. I think if we have him back, the defenders will feel that, you know what, if we get countered by Joao Felix, because Felix tried a few times. It's just that they ganged him. He tried a few times and everybody was in him. So what were you about to say, Carl?
No, I mean, I think that there's and I get this, right? I know City fans, I know who we are, I know the mentality that we're trying to overcome and everything. I get it, right? But I think there's a lot of disrespect that we have for our team. We as fans, a lot of us, we don't respect this team. We don't respect what they've done. We don't respect what they're capable of. We're always, most of the time, we're afraid. We're skeptical. We don't trust them, which I think is really sad, given what they've done so far. They played Liverpool twice, Chelsea twice. 12 points, we got 8 out of 12. Liverpool have half of that over 12. Chelsea have 2 points out of 12. We play PSG with Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, beat them at home. And yet, we still have this, I'm not quite sure Atlectico is going to do this. When are we going to start backing the team? When are we going to believe in this team? Somebody has a background noise. I don't know who it is.
I'm not sure.
Is that you? Okay. Yeah. So I don't know, Patrick. It gets me really bothered that if you can't understand the moment we're in right now as fans with this club and this manager, when are we going to realize it? When he's gone and we have some manager who's not as good and we're scraping top 4 or scraping to be first or second? I don't get it. It really shocks me. I was at the stadium.
Where is this rant coming from this time?
No, because it frustrates me. I mean, listen, we just watched a game where we played Liverpool off the park. Yeah. 3 or 4 goals, right, in the first half. Right? The so-called second best team in the whole world, with the best manager and the best players in the world, right? We should have been 3 or 4 goals up. And yet, Athletics on Wednesday. Oh, we're 1 goal up. Yes. Oh, we're afraid. We're concerned. Why?
You know why? You know why I think so? Because I don't know, to be honest. Because it's actually a good question as well. I think it's just because of all the things. Like now we haven't got the force that we used to have. We used to go out at teams 4-0, 5s. Now we have to rely on the defense, which is still good. When we've had results like Crystal Palace and Southampton, that can happen, obviously. And obviously, Champions League, we've had Lyon, we've had Monaco. It's just there's things in the back of your mind, even with like the team that went to Lyon and Tottenham, how they lost those 2 games. I don't know. I was looking at the team that we played on the bench, and I was thinking, how did we lose that game? And I think that's just the fear that we have against anybody.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you a lot, but it just doesn't make any sense. Why live in fear when you can embrace hope and positivity? Because I tell you what, Jesus, right? That same feeling of hope and positivity, it feeds onto the players. If you go to the stadium and you're afraid, it's going to be nervous in the stadium. The players don't benefit from it. But if you're backing them, and what Liverpool have, all credit to them, is that when it comes to Anfield, at least for the first 10 minutes, they're up, they're screaming. It helps fuel the whole momentum. Real Madrid, the same thing as well. If we're always, we're so scared that we can't even sing or shout because we're nervous, we might as well pack up and go home because we don't deserve this manager, this team.
Yeah, I talked about this on one of the Why Always Me videos, and I said, not only do we want our manager, not only do we want our club and the players that have the winner mentality, but we as fans need to exhibit that as well. And we're in an age now where obviously everyone consumes everything more than ever because of social media. And if we're able to be just as positive on the socials as we are on these YouTube channels, as we are in the stadium, that does play a positive effect on the team. And I do hear with what you're saying, Carl, because there are a lot of fans that can't forget the past, and that past is obviously affecting their present day. But if to your point, if we don't take this moment for what it is, having Pep as our manager at City, where if we go back, honestly, if we go back prior to Pep even getting here, and someone telling us that Pep would have been our manager, as City fans, we would have been like, get out of here. There's no way. So we have him as manager. We have the squad that we've built, and we have the ambition that the club is exuding. We should be full force. Let's ride it until the wheels come off. And if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But we are going to be gun-ho about it. I totally agree with you. We need to exude the same thing. 100%. This doom and gloom, this it's not as good as it should be, or we left goals on the table. Like, who cares? Now we're going into the next match. We know the squad we have. We know the manager we have. Let's go.
I just said, Certified and Vader. I just don't understand. I don't get it, man. I mean, I'm a guy who
it gets to you. I've seen it. It gets to you a lot.
Let me explain why. Right, I'm a man who understands moments. I get moments. I know when you're in a moment. I'm blessed to be able to have the understanding. Maybe I'm older, to recognize a moment, right? And when I'm in that moment, I maximize the most out of it. Yesterday, after the draw, you know what I did? I then cracked a nice bottle of wine. It was about $60 wine. I opened it up, and I had my fill, and I shared it with my family. Why? I'm enjoying the moment. Because I know in 3 years' time, that may not be there again. And I want to remember that moment in my lifetime that, I remember that game. I remember that game at Liverpool. If you don't, there's no point in being a fan. There's literally no point. Pack up your stuff and go home. Seriously. You're always afraid of what can happen, as opposed to be hopeful of what will happen.
Yeah, you never enjoy the season. You never enjoy the season as much as you do in the moment. Like, in hindsight, you're not gonna be like, oh man, 2022 was such a great year. You're not gonna have that reflection. You're gonna remember how you enjoyed it at that time. And I think how the team is shaped up, the form that we're in, we really should be at the highest point of our confidence. We had a key player in Diaz returning from injury. He's playing.
Yeah, which is amazing. Father Diaz is back. Yeah.
We need to be confident. We need to be confident with the team that we're putting forward. And again, this fixture list, this Champions League run, where we are on the draw, we just need to think about the players. And as I know, we all have different backgrounds. I have an athletic background myself. When you've played on a team and you've had a coach for so many years and you've had teammates for so many years, there's something that often gets overlooked, but it's trust. Trust is often overlooked. And we talked about this on a previous show, Patrick, on one of your previous shows, when we talked about the intricate passing. I believe it was, what was the crazy number of passes that Man City put together before
the Chelsea Arsenal Man United games.
That Chelsea
back in the days, yeah.
Exactly. And what was so important and what sometimes gets overlooked is the trust that the players had in each other to almost give the pass before the players showed to be ready for the pass. We're playing, with regards to the Champions League, I believe all these players are playing with trust. That's going to be the difference. There may have been a little bit of doubt from manager and player in previous seasons why we lost, like to Certified mention, why we may have lost to some of those other teams. I think the trust is there this year. Yeah. The trust is there this year where it's going to be the difference maker.
Yeah.
You know what it is as well, man? Like, at the end of the day, I think Diaz is he's the reason, I think. And it's not obviously just him, but I think coming in first season, getting us to a Champions League final, wouldn't be surprised if we go to another Champions League final this season. Wouldn't be surprised if we win the league again. Obviously, things can happen, but I wouldn't be surprised. So I think Ruben Diaz could be, and I said on a tweet yesterday, I think he will be the difference. I think he will, when he comes back, will give this team a boost. Just the way Liverpool fans were saying, when Thiago comes back, you're going to see. I think it'll be the same for us when Diaz comes back. I think it'll give us that little extra thing that we need especially in the Champions League.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Patrick, you're muted.
Yeah, that's true. Gifford certified. I saw your status. Let me just read this comment. How you doing, Charlie? We don't forget, Charlie. I'm going to talk to you again in a few minutes. I think I was talking to you, Charlie. Welcome to the show. YSK says now the fear exists when the game starts, but when it starts, we are clear and loud. Because we believe we can win anything. Yeah, that's true. It's not even fear. It's just nervousness when the game starts. But after that, it goes after a few minutes, a few passes. Every fan is like that. Okay, let's move on to the lineup.
Respect to the away fans never give up. They're always they die. I love them. I love the away fans.
They are. So obviously, it's Ederson as always. Do you guys think Diaz is going to play anytime soon?
Oh yeah, I think Cup.
Yeah,
I don't know. I think as long as we rest him, I don't mind if he misses Liverpool. Bring him back Brighton, even if he misses Brighton at home and Watford at home. Bring him back for the Wolves away, Leeds away. Hopefully, just keep him because those away games, especially Wolves, I think we're going to need that leadership at the back to get us through this game. Because I think Company came back and it helped us later on in the season in 18-19. I think Diaz isn't obviously the same player as Company, but he'll have maybe a similar effect.
Okay, so do you see any changes at the back? Apart from Walker coming back in, do you see any changes? Do you think he's going to rest or he's going to go full on?
Well, Walker's going to play. Ederson's going to play.
I think the
is
same
that going to play or maybe Cancelo? I don't know.
I think the same four from this weekend play.
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised though. Don't be surprised if he puts Ake somewhere. And I wouldn't be surprised, but I think it will be the same four.
Yeah, that's true.
Because don't forget that after the Saturday FA Cup game, Liverpool have to play United on a Tuesday. We have to play Brighton on a Wednesday. So we have more rest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think Fernandinho is going to finally show up in this game?
Whew, that's the big one. I've been thinking about that, man. I don't know.
Yeah. Or do you think it's worth the risk? Or is he going to look at the first game and say, "Oh, Athletico are sitting back. Fernandinho can handle this"?
I don't think Fernandinho is going to play, man. Not for this game. Maybe not. Maybe coming as a sub if we're up a couple of goals. But I think Rodri starts.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Patrick. These guys are used to playing 3 games a week, right? They're used to playing. And this year we've had less games because the Carabao Cup has gone out, so we've had more time to recover. Okay. So yeah, I think. I mean, what do you guys think?
I agree. I think Rodri starts. I wouldn't be surprised if he got subbed off as early as like the 60th minute, though.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Like if we score the 1-2 goals, I wouldn't be surprised if he got subbed off early.
What do you guys think of?
Go
sorry,
ahead,
I was just saying.
No, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I was just saying, what do you guys think about? Obviously, he's not going to play over Cancelo, but bringing back Zinchenko maybe slowly and Fernandinho for some games, just so we can have a little bit of rotation for Cancelo and Rodri. Which do you think Zinchenko could come in at any point?
What's happened to Zinchenko? He's gone cold.
It's not easy, man. With what's going on in Ukraine, it's not easy at all.
Yeah.
Even the game that he played, Patrick, he wasn't really on form. You could see that he was nervous, he was pensive. It looks like he's not really there. It's not easy, man. And these high pressure games. I mean, tomorrow's a high pressure game. Oh, it's Wednesday's a high pressure game. Of the games that we have that are less high pressure, maybe the FA Cup on Saturday is a less high pressure game because it's an FA Cup, But
so, do you think Gundo will be in this one, or it'll be Bernardo Silva again and De Bruyne?
Both. I think both will play in the midfield, and then maybe KDB goes false 9. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Gundo gave the ball away a lot though in this game. Last game, he gave the ball away a lot.
Gundo did?
Yeah, didn't he? I thought he did. You don't think he did?
I didn't see that.
I think in the final third, he did. I think he did miss chances at holding the ball better and picking out a pass, but it was because of the defense, like them putting in tackles. We got 5 subs. So
true.
I'd rather play a strong 11 and peel away.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good thing you say. We have 5 subs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it means so they can take anybody off at any time.
Yeah,
So we're going with the best starting 11 we have. So
think so.
I repeat the question again. What's the midfield? Is it gonna be
I think
Gundo,
it's Bernardo and
Bernardo
Kevin.
Silva, Bernardo and Kelvin?
Yeah, I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of in Pep's head. I don't know. I just think the players that rested on yesterday against Liverpool, I think some of them will play like the Gundogan's and Mahrez and all those. I think who else didn't play? Grealish. I wouldn't be surprised if Grealish somehow gets in for this game. Now,
He's definitely playing after that behavior he did at the end of the game because they seem to be scared. They seem to be scared of him. So
yeah, exactly. We'll see anyways. We'll see.
Yeah, I'll put Grealish in this one so that they can continue fouling him and get a red because it looks like two of them were marking him.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bernardo Silva.
Let's finish midfield first. I mean, we agree that the 3 would be Bernardo, Rodri, Kevin?
Rodri, De Bruyne, and Silva.
Yeah, but this,
has everybody noticed that De Bruyne looks slim and fitter?
Yeah. I think in the summertime he lets himself just he relaxes a little bit. Like he doesn't look big, but he just lets himself relax with his kids. Maybe he goes to McDonald's a lot of time because I seen yesterday after the match he went to McDonald's with his kids. But but during season I think any athlete maybe does that when it's time for the prime time they'll get ready, they'll get fit, and I think he's looking great. He's looking great, man. He's scoring more goals, which is important.
Yeah, he is, which is great, good for us. And here is a good comment. Cancelo is on form. I don't think he would give up his spot just because of.
Yeah, listen. Let's just pause for 1 minute on the please. Let's just respect this guy. Okay, just for 1 minute, 30 seconds. How good was it? I mean, he was the one everybody worried about. Salah versus Cancelo. How good was he yesterday, man? On that left, the left back. That pass.
You have a comment about him?
Man stepped up for the occasion and did not disappoint. So I don't get into the best left back, best right back in the world type.
But he skinned the best right back. I saw the clip.
He showed why he's in the conversation, and he did it without any effort. It's just what he does. So I loved how he played, and I also loved how if you know your opposition is dangerous offensively, the best thing you could do is make them work defensively. Right? So you know how dangerous Trent can be if he has time with the ball. Make Trent have to defend. And Cancelo made him do that, as well as Foden made him do it. So I love that, and also that pass, because it's not only to have so there's a lot of things that often get missed, but as a player, and De Bruyne does this instinctively, and we take it for granted. But to see the pass before the pass, to see the angle, to judge the weight of the ball, like what Cancelo delivered for Jesus was perfect. And he saw it, and I love the connection that they had, because obviously Jesus held his run a little bit, and they made the connection, and then the ball went. He put on an amazing display against the quote unquote best team in the world. Great.
I see what you're doing there. There's a question here. Don't you think Ake will play again after his excellent performance against them in the first leg?
Charlie, it's a fair point, Charlie. It's something we should consider, right? But the question for Charlie is Cancelo better than Ake? Or Ake better than Cancelo? That's the question, right? If we need to win this game, who do you start? Does Rob deserve to be dropped, or does Walker deserve to be dropped and play the same team again? Especially
a team that sits back, we need a creator, and Ake is not a creator. And you need Walker to sit back, let Cancelo cook, and Walker will just be waiting for the counters. I think you need Cancelo, because having De Bruyne and Cancelo will be great.
But to be fair to Charlie's point, right, the reason why perhaps they didn't have a shot on goals because Ake was more defensively minded as opposed to what Cancelo would be. So every time they pinged the ball over to Ake's side, Ake was right there to cover and ran back to cover. Maybe Cancelo wouldn't be there. Maybe he'll be high up the field and therefore will get exposed. Are you following that logic?
Yeah.
Charlie, I highly doubt Walker will be dropped. I don't know. It's just me. I just feel he hasn't played enough games to be dropped. And trust me, with those counters, some of the counters by Joao Cancelo and who's Carrasco? Who's the other guy? Is it Carrasco or Correa?
Correa.
Yeah, Correa. Yeah, those two guys, the counters they do, and the counters are going to be. You need Walker in that game because of the counters. And what does he mean? Martin doesn't like Cancelo. Ali, what do you mean? Who's Martin?
Well, I know what he means. So this is my friend from Mancunian Way, the channel.
Oh, him. Him.
2 years ago, when Cancelo joined, him and a few others garbaged him completely. He said he was rubbish. He was trash. And I was arguing for his case that, look, he's just joined, give him time. Yes, he's defensively suspect, but he needs time with Guardiola. And we know in many, many press conferences that Guardiola said that he and Cancelo had problems in the beginning, but now they understand each other very well, quote unquote. I'm not faking it up. And so that's what he's referring to, that they now have this, embarrassing situation where Cancelo is performing and they have to eat their words. That's
the same thing's happening with Grealish.
Oh yeah,
the same thing's happening. This is what, if you want to call it, first year jitters or learning the system. Grealish is going through the same learning process, and you're going to see a totally different player next year. Again, we're facing the similar challenges now that we did a couple shows ago. The versatility that we have amongst the players, it's hard to really pinpoint what Pep would do. One thing that I want to point out is that if we start Walker, I think it does allow for more flexibility with who we do play on the left-hand side because of Walker's ability to cover any quote-unquote mistakes that may happen. So does Pep rest Cancelo? Does he play Ake on the left? There's a lot can happen, but I think I would bet more so of a Walker start than I'd guarantee more of a Walker start than who's on the left-hand side.
I agree.
So,
but if he doesn't start Cancelo and stays Ake, then they'll say he's overthought it. It's a whole.
Yeah, I know.
It's complicated. Grealish will end up in as a midfielder. Yes, maybe in the future. That's what I keep saying. They always say he is bad, definitely, which I think is very. Is it what? I think
he's talking about the same thing as well.
Each argument to have. I don't understand there where he says. I think it's a very each argument. I don't know.
It's just a typo.
I think he means defensively.
Yeah. Not every player is weird at going forward, weird at defending. Just look at Trent. Yeah, Trent, Hakimi, the name goes on. How you doing, Del Boy, man? How you doing? Thank you very much. Del Boy, nice Arsenal channel. Please go subscribe. So, guys, let's just finish up the show, guys. G Certified, what do you think of the front?
Yo, the front it's difficult because I think Jesus won't start. I think he'll be saved for Liverpool. I think
he's suspended anyway.
He's suspended. Well, he's suspended. Yeah,
because of that late yellow card when the whole
stupid yellow card, man.
The stupid yellow card that you didn't need to get.
Wasteful.
Sterling got subbed off early, so it makes me think will he play Sterling? But I think he'll kind of bring him on maybe as an impact sub because Simeone was saying in the press conference about how Sterling's a good player. So I got a feeling like they might be prepared for that. So Pep might instead try and think of might try and trick them a little bit and play Grealish, Foden, and Mahrez. I wouldn't be surprised if I seen that front three because I think Mahrez he has to play.
How has Foden been performing recently, guys? Do you think he's performing well? Apart from the pass from Atletico Madrid, what else has he been doing?
I thought yesterday he should have had an assist for Sterling.
Yeah,
Sterling should have been there. He should have been there. If Sterling was in the box, his movement was just if the pass was just a little bit better, he could have had an assist.
I'll tell you guys a secret, right? So go and watch the last two games that Foden played again. Watch closely, right? I think that kid is destined to play central midfield because his balance on the ball and his through passes are almost Messi-like. His ability to get a ball, beat 2 or 3 players, and then make that final pass on target to the player which is what he did for Kevin, he did it for Raheem Sterling yesterday, is almost amazing. And he's the left footer, which is kind of like the Messi kind of role, which Messi dribbles through and makes the last pass. I really think that he's going to end up in central midfield. I think we're going to get a left winger who's a natural left winger, like a sounding kind of person. We get a striker who's a striker, like let's say Haaland, for example. Then on the right side,
Alvarez.
Alvarez. I watched him yesterday. I watched him again. He didn't score, but my God, that guy's energy and running, and he's going to run. He's going to run right back to ragged. He's going to run them ragged.
Yeah.
So
I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that take. I think I could easily see Foden in the midfield as well.
You see him bouncing around, Patrick, in the whole field. You know something has gone on. Something has been agreed to. I'm telling you, man. He knows what's coming down.
I know. So, okay, guys. Any last thoughts? There's the lineup. Is that what we're looking at?
You know what? I'm not sure about Grealish.
Yeah.
I think we might still. I know Carl doesn't like it, but I think we might still see. And the reason why, yes, naturally they want to get to their stronger foot. Sterling's going to want to take it to his right, but he can still drive the defender down the line. Obviously, he's got to cut it back at some point, but he can still be a threat to get behind the defense, and I think that's why he may start. So I could see Sterling being subbed out for Grealish. Mahrez, he's there because anything that gets lobbed over, it sticks to his foot. Does not matter what kind of pass. Mahrez will have that under control. And yeah, I think we leave it at that. Do we see early subs? Possibly, but I think this is the 11.
I think if Mahrez starts, then Gundogan's going to start.
Okay.
I think that if you notice that, I think that's a combination of Pep always plays. I mean, let's go back. Anytime Mahrez starts, Gundogan seems to start because of that ball he crosses across and the false nine he runs in. I've noticed that like last game they played, he did that against Liverpool. Both of them didn't start.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So what are we doing? Are we sticking to this, or we're going to change again from midfield?
I'm not mad if you guys leave this, but I can see the changes that Carl's mentioning.
G said it.
Yeah, I think we leave this.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I agree because the thing is, I know Sterling, I can understand with the pace especially and what he can bring. I just think that the defenders are prepared for him. I just feel like the last match when I watched at the Etihad.
And Atletico doesn't leave gaps at the back. That's the thing.
Yeah, there's like
for Raheem to run into.
Where's he going to run into? That's my problem. Like Grealish, I think he'll try and take players on, and then if he wins a free kick, we get a free kick. Kevin De Bruyne a set piece, and then we try and score from there. But I think I don't know what will happen, especially if it will work. But I'm just hoping that because I think Grealish and Foden have a good connection. That maybe if the pace is needed, maybe Phil Foden will go on that side and take him on with the pace. But we're gonna have to see tomorrow, man. But we need to win this game because I don't want to. If Chelsea lose as well. Listen, I don't want to be with them. I don't want to be with them crying about Chelsea.
So what's the prediction? I'll start with you. What's the prediction for tomorrow's game?
I think it will be a 1-0 City. 1-0 City. Nice, comfortable. And I think it will be Mahrez that'll score.
Okay. What about you, Carl?
I'm going 3-1 City, man, tomorrow. I'm going 3-1 City.
Okay.
I'm going 2-0 Madrid. See?
Let's go. We need Real Madrid.
Look at him. He couldn't resist. What about you, Veda?
I see 2-0 City. I see 2-0. I see us being very surgical with them, trying to venture out a little more, and us taking full advantage of it. So,
have you guys also seen on City Extra about the Erling Haaland contract? Apparently, I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I haven't seen it yet.
A lot of things have been posted today. Did you see the post that says that Madrid? It's been rumored a few times. Then I was thinking about it. They wanted Haaland to stay at Dortmund for another season, right? When Benzema's contract is about done, they wanted him to come in later on. Then apparently that has been refused.
But what did Extra say? Certified. Just recap. Real quick. What did they say? Certified.
Yeah. So basically, let me try and get it up. So basically, there was something about this contract. Apparently, you would be getting 30 million euros apparently per season for the next 5 years. And apparently there would also be a release clause of 75, the same on his Dortmund contract, basically, just in case he wanted to leave. And then also that apparently Real Madrid, they didn't like the offer, which is what Patrick just said, probably because of they might want him to wait a season, which Haaland will not wait a season at Dortmund. That I don't know why they are in Bundesliga, but they won't win the Champions League next season. They won't win Bundesliga either, so he wants to leave. So I could definitely see.
I think he's gone. I mean, frankly, and we've talked about this since November, right? Because now I saw it in the news today, and I shared with Patrick today. Dortmund are in negotiations with Karim Adeyemi of Salzburg as a Haaland replacement. This is from Dortmund. So when that starts to happen, you know the deal is done. The question is, when's the announcement going to happen? Is it going to go to Real Madrid or is it going to come to City? In my opinion, I believe it's coming to us. I think there's a reason. There's something happening with the club around Guardiola looking so happy and talking about 10 years and all that stuff. That stuff doesn't just happen by accident. There's something behind that's fueling that. That's how human behavior is.
No, that's true. 2-0 from Charlie here. I'm also going with 2-0 myself. So it says I can't wait to see Alvarez in the City shirt.
I can't wait, Charlie. I'm telling you, that kid.
Mazio posted the news. Yeah.
So
guys, do you have anything else to say, Vetter, before we close up?
I was just gonna say, so two things real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
The game that happened on Sunday, absolutely loved it. One thing that I couldn't help but notice was how we played Liverpool and where Sterling was. Sterling was playing quote unquote our 9. And we saw how we still had control of that midfield. We saw how opportunities were made for Sterling, and unfortunately, he wasn't clinical, but the opportunities were made. Put a killer in that position, and it's a wrap. So this whole myth about we're not going to have a dominating midfield, or we're not going to be in control, or we're going to lose something. Yes, we may lose a little bit, but what we gain in terms of those attempts, punishing the other team, we gain a lot of. And as for our match against Atletico Madrid, please, everyone, go in confident, because we've done it on the first leg. They can't play like they did away from home, now at home. So they have to venture out, and we show that we can be tactical, we can be smart, and take our opportunities. So that's what I gotta say.
That's incredible insight there, Beta. That's an incredible insight about the Sterling's position and what he was doing. Because Pep said in the press conference afterwards that when they asked him who was the false 9 on the American feed, he said, "I didn't have a false 9. I played Sterling as a number 9." That's an incredible pickup from you, Beta. That's really insightful. I'm going to go back and watch it again. It's that, my friends, out in Twitter land and watching, if you think about an Erling Haaland or an Alvarez in that position, playing that role, that's how we're going to play. Get excited.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting time. So on that, guys, let's just close that. G75, always a pleasure to have you, man. Always good ball knowledge.
Man, thanks for having me, Brandon. Let us know again, and we'll come back again, lads. Like, it's been a good one.
Cool, man. Yeah, cool, man. Better the same as always. Vetter, do you want to just tell the people where to find you? I also have your channel in the link, but you can tell the people yourself.
Yeah, look me up on Twitter, look me up on YouTube, Vader Games. I got a show, Why Always Me, VatorgamesTV. So definitely check it out. I try to post at least once a week. And like, subscribe, hit me up with the comments. I'm trying to improve this humble channel. So any feedback's great.
Okay, cool. What about yourself, Mr. Good? I'm joking. I'm joking. By the way, guys, I haven't agreed with Kyle yet, but there's 2 channels, right? There's the True City Fan channel, then there's the Pitchpoints channel. Now, what I have noticed is every time we're doing content of Man City, but we're getting extra with other football stuff, a lot of people are getting unhappy saying, but we're here for City. So me and Kyle, if he says yes, what's going to happen is every time you see us on Pitchpoints, we're going to be talking about Champions League and other teams in general, the whole Premier League as a whole. So that's what we're going to do. What do you think, Kyle? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
I'm down. You know me, man. I'm cool. I'm whatever you say, boss. I'm down with it, man. No worries.
Yeah. So from now on, if you don't see us on True Silver, we will start going there to do a lot of content. That's just in general because we love talking about football. Yes, we love City, but we also want to do so. I think that would be the best because I noticed for the past days people are like, "Oh, but it's a City channel. We want to hear about City." So now, if you want other content, we'll be on Pitch Points. I'm pretty sure G Certified and Veta will also join us there because they also love talking about football in general.
Absolutely.
So that's it. Let me just read this. Currently on holiday. So sorry if I miss any of the content, guys. I'll catch up for sure. No, that's cool. That's cool, Charlie, man. That's cool. That's cool. Does Carl have a channel? Yeah, it's called Pitch Points. Check it in the description.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the one way we will start doing general content. Every content over there will be general.
Just we have something coming up. Hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Vader will talk to you about it as well. Certified. I'm doing some research about it. It's in preparation for a big signing that hopefully we get. I'm getting ready. I'm doing my research.
Say no more.
Say no more. I'm bringing up. We need that new signing, man. We need it.
Okay, cool, man. So, guys, that's it. There's nothing else from us, guys. See you tomorrow. We'll do a post match. I think tomorrow. I don't know. Let me not make a false promise. Tomorrow I'm closing. So
no. We play Wednesday. We play Wednesday.
Oh, then that's good. Wednesday, then definitely there'll be a post match. Maybe that post match will be done on the Pitch Points so that we can cover all the games. Yeah, it will be on Pitch Points. So subscribe to Pitch Points, everybody who's watching here, so you cannot miss the content of general football. Okay, bye, guys.